Hey guys, what's up? Keiter here. Just hanging out in this beautiful cornfield here in the beautiful state of Ohio. I came up here this weekend. It's the weekend of July 8th. I came up here this weekend to hang out with Brad Williams, a good friend of ours, good friend of the Maniacs, who lets us hunt him and his dad's property here in Peoples, Ohio. And this bottom piece here, you can see all corn across the creek. Actually, we got a lot of rain. We weren't even sure we were going to get to cross the creek today. But we got across the creek, we got up on the mountain here, checked all the food plots, checked all the trail cameras, put more corn in front of the trail cameras, hung a stand for me, checked Shane's stand. I mean, now's the time right now, guys, when a lot of that prep work to make sure you have a successful fall happens. So I made the 6-hour trip from my house in West Virginia to come up here and spend a day and a half with Brad and just get all of our work done. And it's been a blast. So hopefully you guys are getting out this fall. Hopefully you're getting out this summer to prepare for fall is really what I should say. But like I said, we're just doing some work and trying to be successful. So hopefully you guys are having a good summer. All right, guys, well, the 2017 Ohio deer season's finally here for us. Travis and Dad and I jumped in the truck Friday after work, Friday the 13th. To head up to Ohio to just observe. You know, the 14th and 15th, they were calling for it to be hot. I'm just like a lot of you guys. I've only got limited vacation time to really get out and do these hunts. With the other hunts that I have planned this year, I really treated Ohio as a weekend hunter situation for me. We were going to go up Fridays after work. We were going to try to sit and observe this coming weekend. And we were just trying to see what the deer were doing. We had camera stations out. We had tree stands already hung. But we wanted to go up there and actually hunt to see if we had to fine-tune anything before the rut. Really excited to get off work Friday, jump in the truck and head to Ohio. Who knows what we're going to see this weekend.
All right, guys, it's just cracking daylight on our first set here in Ohio. Travis and I got in here pretty clean this morning. Didn't spook any deer, but we've got turkeys all around us. We actually blew one off the roost, but we've been getting some pretty decent pictures this past summer right in this area here. A couple decent bucks. They haven't shown up for a few weeks. We're fighting acorns. We still got probably 120 acres of standing corn just to the south of us. So it's supposed to be hot this weekend. We're not expecting a whole lot, but we wanted to come up and just do kind of some observation sets. Next weekend is supposed to be really good, but we're going to sit here. We're going to have fun. Probably going to sweat and get hot, but we're deer hunting in Ohio and we're excited, so we'll see if we can't get something down this weekend. All right, guys, we had a pretty good first set here in Ohio. We just got off the radio with Dad. He saw 2 does and a button buck. We saw 4 does. Had a flock of turkeys here, like I said earlier, roost near us, so it's starting to heat up. The wind's been kind of swirling here in the last hour or so. So we're going to get out of the stand. We got some cameras to check today. We got to take some big tine up to Shane's stand. So we got a little bit of work to do. We're going to get out and get back after them this afternoon. See what happens.
6 p.m.
Wow.
That's what we like to see.
That's a
Nice one.
stud.
That's
right
what
there.
we like
I don't
to
believe
see.
that. Nah, you wouldn't shoot that little thing, would you?
He'd be nice in another year.
Look how big a body he is.
I think that's at 12 point. That's at 12
He wouldn't
point.
be getting no pass for me, I can tell you that.
Look at the size of the beam on that deer.
Yeah.
Dude, that buck's getting shot. I'm sorry. That thing
No, it's
is
mature. Look how
a
big it is.
stud.
Look at the mass on that rascal. How many is it? 1, 2, 3, 4.
He's an 11.
11 points.
It's too hot for deer hunting. It's like 83 degrees right now. We're sneaking into the stand. We've got some really good pictures of daylight activity of a stud. We got a bunch of scrapes around the stand, so we're gonna be on pins and needles tonight, but I don't know, it's hot. It's really hot.
Well, guys, even though it was really hot, the anticipation was pretty high to get in the stand that evening. After getting all of our work done, putting out the big tine, and checking all of our trail cameras, getting that stud right there at 10, 15 yards in front of our tree just 2 days prior in daylight, we were on pins and needles the rest of the evening. So never know, it's hot, but it is October, and these deer actually get on their feet. They start blowing out scrapes and setting up rub lines and just moving about the farm, just checking out the doe groups. So we were pretty excited to see what that evening was going to bring.
All right, guys, it's October 14th. This is our evening sit. This morning was our first sit in Ohio. We kind of came in here blind. We hadn't checked the trail camera in a couple of weeks. Hadn't been really getting many pictures at all. But we checked it today when we came out of the woods. And there's a giant right here, 15 yards from the stand. 2 nights ago in daylight at 6 o'clock in the evening. I can't even tell you how I'm feeling right now. I'm excited, I'm nervous. He's in the area. It's a buck we've had pictures of all summer, so we know him very well. But it's hot. It's probably 82, 83 degrees. My hopes are not really high of seeing this deer tonight, but you never know. So Travis is behind the camera. I'm behind the bow. We got the big tine in front of us. We sprayed down. We've run our ozonics dry wash on all of our clothes. Sprayed down with upwind. I mean, we've got the ozonics running right now. I mean, we're in the game. So hopefully at the end of the game tonight, we've got a big buck down, but we'll see. It should be an eventful night. We've already seen 1 deer. We've been here 10 minutes. So hopefully it's a good night. Stick with us.
Hey, the big boy didn't show up that night. We weren't that concerned about it. Again, we were up there to observe. We got a lot of good intel. You know, with the trail cameras we were running, we knew there was a lot of does in the area, and actually being there and seeing where the does were coming out of the thickets, seeing how they were using the property around the tree stand, you know, we were thinking about fine tuning. But it was time to head back to the house, cook some dinner, get a good night's sleep. Sunday morning was going to be our last morning. We were planning on leaving around lunchtime, so we just wanted to get some shut-eye and get ready for the next day.
It's 8 o'clock on Sunday, October 15th. We've had camera light for quite a while, but we've been covered up in deer ever since we got in here, so this is the first chance we're getting to do an interview. Yesterday was hot. We had a good morning. We had a good evening sit, just no bucks. We saw a lot of deer. But last sit for the weekend, we got to head home, go back to work for the week. We're going to come back next weekend, but there's a weather pattern coming through right now. There's supposed to be some rain later on today, and then a cold front Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I wish we had vacation to be here Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, but we don't. So we're going to sit this morning till about 10:30 or so, and then head home. But you never know. We still have high hopes for seeing that big buck. He might be on his feet with this temperature change coming, so we'll sit here and be quiet, and you never know.
So this doe gave us fits all weekend long. And I told Travis, I had the bow off the hanger. I told Travis, I said, hey, if she comes in here, we're gonna let her have it. We're getting ready to leave here in a couple hours, so why not take some meat home with us? We'll buy another tag for the buck when we come back the following weekend. But as luck would have it, she fed off, she took her fawn with her. She still blew at us for, I don't know, 8 to 10 minutes. I looked at Travis and I said, hey, once she leaves, let's pick up the rattling antlers and just tickle them together and see what happens. And that's what we did. And man, I'm glad that doe walked away, and I'm sure glad that I decided to hit those horns together. So I finished rattling, and then, you know, after 2 or 3 minutes of kind of looking around, Travis and I just started talking again. We were actually kind of strategizing about the next weekend, maybe moving the stand, maybe accessing the stand from a different location instead of coming up that ATV trail where all the deer seem to be coming from. You know, we were talking about maybe trying to access it a different way. And then all of a sudden Travis stopped me and he said, hey, I just saw a deer in the road.
see. Man, I shot him back a little bit.
I'll give him some time.
What a buck.
I'll give some time, man. Good job. Good job.
What a buck. We had this big buck on camera. We were just standing here talking like 5 minutes ago, 10 minutes ago, we tickled the rattling antlers. I said, hey, why not, man? We'll just try it. Next thing you know, Travis says he sees a deer walking kind of through the,
My burn part, dude.
through the road. And he says, I saw a deer. We look down here, out pops this buck. Never seen this buck before. He's got these little crab claws on his ends. But we center punched him. I just think we were a little bit back. We're gonna go back and watch the footage, but oh man, Ohio, baby.
I got a good feeling.
Ohio, baby.
We're gonna get his time.
Oh my gosh.
I think I deliver.
Bonemaniacs.
I think we're gonna find
We're
him.
gonna give him time.
We're gonna get him. We're gonna get
We're
him.
gonna give him time.
All right, guys, well, I got down and looked at the arrow real quick. We went back and reviewed the footage, and I don't know how I was that far back, but I was. It looks like I'm right through the gut system. I went down and checked the arrow. There is blood on it, but it obviously also smells gutty. So the biggest thing here is just make the right decision and back out, give him plenty of time. We're gonna go get Dad at 10 o'clock. We got another half hour before we're gonna get out of the stand, so we're just gonna sit here and enjoy the rest of the morning in the tree. And I mean, I'm not celebrating. We saw a great buck. We got a shot at a great buck, but if I'd have done my job, it'd be a short track job, but we'll see. Hopefully we just let him go lay down somewhere and he expires. I hate it for the deer, but when you bow hunt, that's just something that happens. So we're gonna sit here and give that deer plenty of time. We're supposed to leave today. I wanted to leave by lunchtime, but
No.
it's we shot that deer at 10 after 9, and I'm gonna give him at least 6 hours before I go look for him. So it's supposed to be another warm day today, but I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do to make sure you recover your animal. So we'll pick back up once we go pick up Dad, and we'll put a game plan together and see if we can't recover this deer. Just hate it. I hate it. Well, as you guys saw, I hit the deer a little bit back, and Travis and I talked a little bit in the stand. You know, we got on the radio and talked to Dad, and the way that deer headed was actually in the direction that we would walk out to go get the ATV. So I told Travis, I said, we just need to make a big sweeping circle and get out that way. We did a great job. We were quiet. We went all the way down into this deep ravine, and we popped out down by the ATV. We got in it. We went back to the house. We all looked at the footage, me, Dad, Brad, Travis. We had a nice little conversation. Actually started packing up our stuff, getting dishes cleaned up, and just cleaning up the house so we could get ready to come back the following weekend. We gave that deer about 3.5 hours. And the guys actually were talking me into trying to go in there and just look at the arrow. They want to just kind of see, you know, the scene of the crime, if you will, and see what the arrow looked like and see what I was seeing. So we jumped on the Kawasaki, headed back in, and it was a pretty good ending to the story. All right, guys, we were actually coming in here. It's been 3.5 hours since we shot this buck this morning. We were sneaking up the logging road here to go up and just look at the arrow. I was telling the guys about the shot. We watched it on the film. I happened to look over here through the thicket, and we saw a white belly, and he is dead right there. So we're gonna sneak in there. Dude. We're gonna sneak in there and get him. Oh, dude.
Yes. Yes.
Oh my gosh, boys. What a roller coaster ride.
My gosh.
Oh. He's been here for a while.
Oh my land.
Guys, what an emotional Emotional day. We got in the stand first thing this morning. We had does blowing at us. We had deer on us the whole trip, this whole weekend, and it's been hot. It's probably mid-70s right now, but this cold front's coming in, and I'm telling you guys, I tickled the rattling antlers this morning, and 10 minutes later this buck showed up, and he is a stud.
Absolutely.
He's not a giant, but his mass,
Look at the mass.
he is a stud. He is an absolute stud. The ozonics, man, it helped us this weekend for sure. We had swirling winds, deer downwind of us. Other than them picking us out in the tree, it sure did its job, but I wish I would have made a better shot. That's the only thing that's kind of tainting this, but man, he's down. Well, man, what a great way to start the whitetail season for me. You know, I got some great trips planned this fall, but getting it done early in October there in Ohio was just a blessing for me. You know, after gutting the deer, I have no idea how this happened. You know, you go back and look at the shot, you go back and look at the footage, it looks like I am straight in the gut system, but I completely split the liver right in half. I have no idea how that's even possible, but you know, when I gutted the deer, that's exactly what we found. So we were able to go in, recover him quickly, you know, load him up on the ATV, get some pictures taken, and we actually made it home at a decent hour. So hope you guys enjoyed the episode this week. Keep checking back to our Carbon TV channel. We got some more stuff on the way for you.